What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is real prison escapes caught on camera. I'm assuming we didn't get away with it if it was caught on camera.
I'm guessing, but then I feel like we've seen one in... Did we see a prison escape?
No,
What was that?
It was an escapee on the dash cam, and the policeman interviewed, well, pretty much questioned him, and he gave all the answers.
Then he did get caught eventually, didn't he?
Yeah, because if you don't have a suspicion, you can't detain him, and he got away. But he was away for like a year and a half. He got away for like a year and a half.
So these people might be away for a bit, and then
potentially. But if it's escapes, I feel like we're going to get caught if it's on camera. You know what I mean? Be interesting to see.
Yeah, because they'll see it.
Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. And you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Criminals have been trying to escape prisons ever since their inception.
True.
In most cases, prison breaks fail, but this isn't always the case. Escapes don't only happen in the movies, as they actually happen much more often than you'd like to think in the real world. It's human nature to seek freedom, and it's going to be very clear the lengths some people will take to relish that sweet taste of fresh air. Luckily for us, most fail, but those very few truly committed criminals who are willing to risk it for the biscuit sometimes succeed spectacularly.
It's
ready
mad
to
how
meet the
they
guys
managed
that
to pull it
escaped
off.
and lived
It's
to tell the
crazy.
tale? Let's get it on. Under the radar. Sometimes you just have to wing it. No pre-planning, thought process, or careful consideration. If you see an opening, you take it. Two inmates were on garage duty outside the high fences of the prison. All it took was a fleeting glance towards each other, a little nod, and they were off. They bolted out of the prison grounds as fast as they could, leaving the supervising
guy
guard
there?
staring after them in disbelief as he called in the escape on his radio. Once the coast was
How are we
clear,
gonna
the
pull it
pair
off?
split up to go their separate ways, every man for himself. They
How
were
did they get out?
apprehended a few days later in
Wow.
a nearby barn and apartment complex. How these guys flew under the radar and convinced the guards to let them outside without restraints is anyone's guess.
But the fact that a guard watched them do it, they called it in straight away, and they got away for a couple days.
Yeah, like no one chased them out.
Like, how? That's mad.
Fence. Some criminals would move heaven and earth in order to be free from the prison walls. Others would just simply move part of the wall. These two inmates removed a couple of cinder blocks and squeezed through the openings before throwing a blanket over a 25-foot high razor wire fence and fleeing into the woods. The holes in the wall were covered by posters, and they even made dummies out of pillows and blankets in their beds to buy them valuable time.
Like
After all that
Shawshank,
work, they were
wow.
caught when a local
Obviously watched
resident
it.
saw tracks in the mud at a nearby creek and alerted the authorities. If you're thinking of breaking out of jail, it'd probably be best if you didn't follow in the footsteps of these crooks.
And threw a blanket over the razor wire before running across the roof to a temporary freedom.
Wow.
Think fast, act fast. When at first you don't
Thing is, you get
succeed,
longer, don't
try
you, to
and
get
try
caught.
again. After a
Oh,
few
yeah, I
failed
feel like the sentences are like, let us know in the comments, but are we going to like double because they tried to escape, you know?
Maybe.
I reckon they'd probably double it, you know?
Yeah.
Or add at least a few years on for trying to
Yeah.
escape.
attempts over the course of the day, this jailbird decided to bide his time and wait for his moment. When one presented itself, he had to think fast and act fast. As the police moved away from the patrol car to process his transfer, this guy saw an opening as the garage door was closing. He sprinted out of the tiny opening with the best display of speed
Perfect
limbo
timing.
you've ever seen in your life. As the roller door closed behind him, it took the cops valuable minutes to get outside, and by this stage, he was long gone. He covered so much ground that not even a 2-hour sniffer dog search could find him. He was arrested the
What
next
did he
day,
do?
and you could say his luck had run out. Pun very much intended.
That was perfect timing, though.
It worked. But again, it got... How do these people like hide that way?
Yeah.
Slow
Like
and
hide and
controlled.
cheat champions.
When you're not a criminal mastermind, you have to play to your strengths. Being a silver-tongued Casanova has its perks, especially if the guard making eyes at you just happens to be holding the keys to the only barrier between you and freedom. These
Okay.
guys calmly opened the gate and casually strolled out of the jail with no urgency at all, without a care in the world. There aren't many
Just
scenarios
walked
where a
out.
prison guard and an escaped con can live happily ever after. She's seen running her hands through her hair and looking totally stressed out, rethinking her life choices. The following day, she's arrested, and the three guys on the run are apprehended 5 days later
Oh,
after a
did she let them
tense
out?
siege with
She just let
police.
them out?
Stick to what you're
What?
good at, guys. Breaking hearts, not breaking out of jail.
That's mad,
A
isn't it?
camera in the alley outside captured the men dressed in all white casually walking away.
Van hit and
I guess
run.
it's kind of one of them, though, isn't it? Fake it. If you fake it, people are more likely to think, oh, they're not prisoners because you look
Yeah, because you're
confident, you know?
walking normally as well. You're not running.
You're not just sprinting, everyone's going, ooh, maybe he's not meant
Yeah.
to be doing that, you know?
If something's too good to be true, it generally is. A group of prisoners were being escorted through the garage on their way back to their cells. One is seen lingering and soon after walks behind a transport van out of sight, with the guards going ahead and not noticing he's missing. All that's left for him to do is open the door, turn the key that's so conveniently sitting in the ignition, and start the van. It's like the stars have aligned and the universe is almost begging him to take his chances for freedom. He floors the van, smashing through the garage door, and is free and clear. Or so he thought. He crashed into some trees nearby and
Oh no!
In the gym.
Oh, we got an ad, but like, what are the chances you crash and then you're getting caught straight away? Oh, made it worse yourself. We'll see you legends in a second.
most people steal a car and then get sent to jail, not the other way around. Handcuffs.
Respect.
Even dumb criminals get lucky breaks eventually. After
Okay.
being arrested at a motel for theft, this woman found her way into a police holding cell. She was left alone with her phone to try to arrange bail money and a life home. She struggles to break free of the cuffs, anchoring her to the wall in between checking text messages. Even though police say the cuffs were on its tightest setting, she was able to wriggle her dainty hands free. She took the keys off a hook on the wall and used them to open an emergency exit to
Wow.
quietly slip out the back door while no one was watching. She was busted an hour later when she returned to the same hotel where she was arrested that morning, instantly
You can't go
recognized by
back
the
there.
staff who worked there.
Why would you do that?
Like, you got to at least go somewhere
Yeah.
new.
Bulldozer attack. Denmark is famous for Vikings and Lego bricks, but mass prison escapes? Not so much. 25 years ago, a TV film crew received an anonymous tip about a protest outside of a prison in Copenhagen and went there
Okay.
to document the event. What happened next was a bulldozer slamming into the brick wall of the jail and knocking it down, with prisoners running out of the hole like
Oh
ants
my
fleeing from their
days.
nest. They can be seen running down the street laughing and cheering, celebrating their newfound freedom. The film crew were arrested on suspicion of having prior knowledge of the escape and failing to notify police. 13 inmates escaped in total, some with lengthy jail terms for violent crimes and murder, with only 3 ever being caught.
Whoa.
Only 3. That's scary, isn't it?
So
That
they're
is
still out
mad.
Detailed instructions. Prisons are designed to keep inmates in, not to give them easy ways to get out. After all, the key to success is executing a carefully detailed plan. Typically, you would think that installing air vents large enough for a man to squeeze through close to the floor would be a bad idea in a prison, but this was exactly how this trio gained access into the plumbing shafts behind the wall. They used ropes made out of bed sheets and had a getaway van waiting with fresh
Oh my
clothes and a
days.
bottle of Jack Daniels for a celebratory drink. It only took 8 minutes for 3 inmates to complete their complex plan.
And they
Ironically,
recorded it all.
using a cell phone to film their escape from their cell. These guys traded 15 minutes of fame for an extra 15 years behind bars. Daring
Wow.
escape. They say that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Arrested at school for fighting, this teenager was left alone in an
Arrested at school?
interrogation room for only 10 seconds before he threw caution to the wind and fearlessly jumped out of a 16-foot-high second-story window.
Wow,
He may
cool.
just have rubber bones, as he got straight back up after surviving the fall and got out of there as fast as his legs could carry him. The
Wow.
cop comes to check on him 14 minutes later, and you can clearly hear him saying a few choice words when he realizes what's happened. The boy was found 3 hours later at his friend's house. We can safely say that when he turns 21, the only bars he'll be attending will be made of iron.
Please, I understand with
Through the
him though, I
window.
guess, because he don't really know where to go, does he?
No.
He's probably scared as well, isn't he? But so going to his friend's house, he probably knows he's gonna get
Yeah.
caught eventually. But
Mind is a powerful thing. All you have to do is believe in yourself and commit. This inmate had a pretty simple plan. He was being processed in a detention center. One of his buddies would distract the guard while he made his getaway. When he saw an extremely small window, he thought, think thin, over and over in his head before taking a running
thin.
leap, diving through the window.
my
Once outside, he got into the getaway car his girlfriend was waiting in, and they were off like a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde.
Wow.
46 days
Whoa.
later, they were discovered living
26
in an
days.
abandoned house in the
26.
next state after an anonymous tip-off. The warden said he's taking extra steps and putting locking mechanisms on the window, which should have been a no-brainer in a prison.
Yeah.
did you see him follow?
You still there? Well, since you made it this far, here are all the shout-outs we promised everyone that
Wow, that was good, wasn't it?
That was fun.
And people actually got away like 26 days
Yeah.
for some of them. Well, one of them
forever, isn't it?
forever. Smash that like button if you enjoyed, guys. Smash the subscribe button as well. Let us know if you want to check out more of these compilations in the comments below. Hope you're enjoying these videos because it is currently 12:20 and we're pre-recording them out before we go for you legends. I hope you're enjoying them. If you are, please subscribe and smash that like button. What's your video?
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.